All right, let's dive right into the truth about teeth whitening in today's explainer. We literally see these viral trends everywhere, right? Our social media feeds are just flooded with these at-home remedies, all promising you a blindingly white smile for, like, pennies. But here is the big question we need to answer. Is the quest for a perfect smile secretly destroying your dental health?
Now, are your DIY whitening hacks actually turning your teeth yellow? I know, it sounds totally backwards, right? You're scrubbing away with some random concoction you found in your kitchen, really hoping for that Hollywood gleam, but then you look in the mirror a month later and your smile is actually duller. It's more yellow. How is that even possible? Well, today we're going to unpack the exact mechanisms behind this crazy paradox.
So we have a lot to cover today. We'll be looking at 1. The stained smile problem, 2. The DIY fruit trap, 3. Charcoal and spice myths, 4. The truth about toothpastes, 5. Preventing daily drink stains, and finally, 6. Safe, proven whitening solutions. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The stained smile problem. Why our favorite drinks darken our smiles.
You know that morning cup of coffee or that evening glass of red wine? Well, they contain these compounds called tannins. Basically, tannins are dark pigments. And here's the kicker. They don't just sit on the smooth surface of your teeth. No, they actually stick to the enamel and seep deep down into its microscopic pores. When you think about it like a sponge soaking up dark water, it makes perfect sense why a quick 2-minute brush doesn't just magically bring back that bright white color. That stain is quite literally baked into the outer layer of your tooth.
Moving on to Section 2. The DIY fruit trap. Because, as we're about to see, natural isn't always better.
Okay, so you've definitely seen this claim online. Mix strawberries and baking soda to whiten your teeth naturally. But here is the reality check. While the malic and citric acids in the fruit might clear away some surface debris, giving you this temporary, false illusion of a cleaner tooth, they are actually actively dissolving your protective enamel. Strawberries are highly acidic, so when you mash them up and mix them with a really harsh abrasive like baking soda, you're essentially creating a homemade enamel-destroying paste. And as that white enamel thins out from the acid, the layer underneath it, which is called dentin and is naturally dark yellow, starts to show through. You are literally wearing away the white part of your tooth to reveal the yellow part underneath. No way around it.
And this is a huge deal because you cannot regrow enamel once it's gone. That's exactly why the American Dental Association strictly warns that mixing acidic fruits with abrasives can permanently damage tooth enamel, leading to decay and sensitivity. Once you scrub away that protective shield, you aren't just left with a yellower smile, you are basically rolling out the red carpet for cavities and extreme tooth sensitivity. Getting rid of a little surface plaque is absolutely not worth the permanent destruction of your tooth's only defense system.
All right, Section 3. Charcoal and spice myths. Let's explore the dark side of these viral trends.
Just think about this number for a second. 96%. According to a study by the British Dental Association, a staggering 96% of charcoal toothpastes claim to have whitening properties, but they completely lack sufficient free radical bleaching agents. 96%! They're marketed to us as these miracle whiteners, but they literally do not possess the chemical ability to bleach your teeth. Instead, they rely on just being highly abrasive. You're essentially sandpapering the stains off your teeth, which damages the enamel and seriously aggravates your gums in the process.
And the myths don't stop there. What about the claim that turmeric paste and coconut oil pulling brightens smiles? Well, the fact is, the ADA is super clear on this. There is zero scientific evidence that they whiten your teeth. Actually, think about turmeric for a second. It's a potent natural dye. I mean, it's literally what makes mustard yellow. It's way more likely to dye your teeth orange than bleach them white. And as for swishing coconut oil around your mouth, some people like it for plaque, sure, but for whitening, there's just absolutely no scientific proof to back that up.
Section 4. The truth about toothpastes. Let's look at blue coverine versus enzymes.
So if you look at the ingredients on store-bought whitening pastes, you'll often see something called blue coverine. But studies from the Journal of Applied Oral Science show it completely falls flat. It's really no more effective than regular toothpaste and, again, just relies on harsh abrasion. But there is some good news. There's a really exciting science-backed shift toward using naturally derived proteolytic enzymes, specifically papain, which comes from papayas, and bromelain, which comes from pineapples.
Let's break down exactly how these enzymes work, because it's actually pretty fascinating. It's this incredibly gentle, two-step biochemical process. Step 1 uses the papain and bromelain to biochemically attack and break down the protein matrix of the plaque. They literally dissolve the structural integrity of that biofilm on your teeth. Then, step 2 kicks in. A mild surfactant, like sodium cocoyl glutamate, mobilizes and gently washes away those dissolved plaque fragments. It's all about chemical precision, right? Not brute abrasive force.
Okay, Section 5, Preventing Daily Drink Stains. Let's talk about maintaining your smile safely.
Now, if you love your coffee, tea, or red wine, don't worry, you don't have to quit them. Here are some super simple, actionable things you can do daily. First, just rinse your mouth with water right after drinking to flush away those tannins we talked about. If you're drinking iced coffee or soda, use a straw so the liquid just completely bypasses your teeth. This next one is absolutely crucial. Wait at least 30 minutes before brushing. Acidic drinks soften your enamel, so if you brush immediately, you'll just scrape it right off. Also, adding a splash of milk to your coffee or tea is a great trick because the milk proteins actually bind to the stain-causing agents before they can even attach to your teeth. And lastly, chew some sugarless gum. It stimulates saliva, which is basically your mouth's built-in natural defense system. Finally, Section 6. Safe, proven whitening solutions. Let's look at what the dentists actually recommend.
The British Dental Association puts it perfectly. Teeth whitening by a dentist or under prescription is the only safe and effective way to ensure your oral health is protected. The key takeaway here is that true chemical bleaching requires regulated peroxides, like hydrogen peroxide or carbamide peroxide. These don't just scratch the surface. They safely penetrate the enamel and shatter those large, dark stain molecules into tiny ones, which totally changes how light reflects off your teeth. But because these concentrations can easily irritate your gums if you mess it up, professional oversight is literally non-negotiable.
All right, so here is your definitive cheat sheet. Let's summarize the real verdict on today's trends. In the dangerous category, acidic fruits and baking soda, they will permanently destroy your enamel. In the ineffective category, charcoal, turmeric, coconut oil, and blue covarin. At best, they do nothing. At worst, they scratch up your teeth and jam particles into your gums. And then we have the dentist-approved category, using enzymatic pastes for gentle daily maintenance and professional peroxide treatments for genuine safe bleaching.
So, to wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought about the true costs of a shortcut smile. Will you sacrifice your permanent tooth enamel for a temporary, viral internet hack? It's a real question we need to ask ourselves. When we chase the cheapest, fastest option we see scrolling online, we usually end up paying the highest price with our long-term health. Stick to the science, protect your enamel, and I promise you, your smile will thank you for years to come.